Welcome back, slot car friends. I'm Jeremy. This is Garage of Slot Cars. All right, welcome back. Barks again. I seem to be was on an IBC kick there for a while. Now I'm on a Barks kick. This week we got another good one, a classic NASCAR from Carrera. Now I have 57 Chevys. I've got the Plymouth Superbird, or is it Superbird? The winged one. The Dodge Daytona 500s. I got the Dodge Chargers. The Dodge Daytonas have the wing. Dodge Charger 500s. Some Plymouth Roadrunners. We'll do those at a later date. Today, Ford Torino Talladega, or I think it's just called Ford Talladega, but it's off of a Cobra Torino. But Carrera made this one. Now the Talladega differs from the Torino. It's longer in the nose. It's been extended 6 inches, sloped down on the front end, and the grille has been brought out flush, regular Torino, and the bumper was tucked in and sucked into the body, kind of made the shape like a cheater spoiler there. So this started the aerodynamic wars, 1969, and the Winged Warriors came out, I believe, the next year. I'll do my research on those before I do this video, but I have three of these. Now in 1969, the Talladega Speedway opened up, so Ford named these Talladegas for the opening of that speedway down there, Alabama, I think it is. So these are the three I have. Carrera has several liveries. I am never going to get that word down of this car, and it's so 1969. You had to make, back then, NASCAR was real cars off of factory production cars, and you had to make 500 for the public and sell them. So Ford, the official number that I found was 750 documented and made. I've seen reports of 740, 754. So whatever, Ford says 750, and that includes everything. 730 some sold to the public. It includes the race cars, the pre-production cars, the prototypes. That 750 encompasses everything, everyone made. So that's all that was made. And I believe Ford left NASCAR the next year for a while. So did it work? Did Ford's aerodynamic changes work? I heard they had caught wind of the Dodge Charger 500. They were making the grills flush and fixing some aerodynamics here. So Ford jumped the gun and did this to their Torinos. So it did work. In 1969, Ford won the Manufacturers' Cup. They finished first with David Pearson, second with Richard Petty, and I believe they finished fourth also, first, second, and fourth that year. Also, a side note I found during my research, Richard Petty won his 100th race behind his, of course, blue 43, behind one of his Ford Torino Talladegas. So very successful car. These are good runners. So what we'll do now is I want to show you some pictures of some real ones. I mean, these were legendary cars. Let's take a look at some real Ford Torino Talladegas. Here we go. Excuse me. All right, hope you enjoyed that little bit. Sorry, man, I have a summer cold has been kicking my butt this year. So How do these slot cars run? Now, if these have Paul gauge Trude tires on them, and the magnets removed. Now, with the magnets in, these run really respectable for as skinny tires and tall as they are. They run better than you are going to expect. I'll give you a close-up view of these later. I got a montage coming up. Now, when I took the magnets out, these would hit the corner, and you have to. This is one of the Carrera cars. You have to have the braids flat on. You got to flatten them out as best you can. It's light enough without the magnets. Those braids will lift this up, and every little bit counts. When this comes around the corner without the magnets, this will pop out of the slot and keep going straight on the corner. Now, I am new to. I just took the magnets out of all my cars earlier this year, so I am new to the world of tuning without magnets. There's a few cars. I have a late 60s Camaro Pioneer car that I am learning on. I'm putting weight all over the place trying to figure it out because it ran good, and I took the magnets out and it runs like a turd. I have had luck with most of my Carrera cars just taking the magnets out, and they run pretty decent. These did not. So I'll insert a video here of what I did to fix that, and I'll show that here. Okay, so I'm at my little slot car workbench, power supply, tire tour. Anyway, opened the body up on this one. Here's what I have for weights. I have some tire weights. I bought from Harbor Freight because they were super cheap. Like a whole package of them was like $5. Here, I'll show you here about this whole package. But they're big, and they're not made to be cut down. So what I've primarily been using lately, Slot Car Corner has these. They're stick self-adhesive lead weights. This is my heavy ones, 031 thick. Okay, so I've got this. Here's some. Actually, those are my light ones. These are the. Let's see, sorry. These are the heavy ones, 063 thick. These are super heavy. This is. Let's see. Let me put this up. Okay, so this one needed quite a bit of weight, I think. I've had good luck with a lot of my Carreras just taking the magnets out, and they work pretty good. Every now and then I get one like this, like these Ford Torino Talladegas. I don't like to use the word light with a Carrera car. They're heavy, but they seem to be light in the front end. And when these would come up to the corner, as they come up the corner, they would pop up and just go straight, right into the wall. So I felt they needed weight around the guide area. So this stuff from Slot Car Corner, I cut it with these scissors. It's lead. I cut a section out right here, and then you can flatten it and shape it a little bit. It's pretty soft. And this is the thicker of the two weights I have. It's got a sticky backing on it. So what I've done is I cut a piece as far forward as I can on this car. So it is, let me get my pointer. It is right here, piece of lead. Right here at the very, very nose of this car. So it adds some weight right there. So pretty good. The NASCARs are like the first main Carrera cars that had enough of trouble that I'm like, this needs weight added to it. I have some old school, some 69, 68 Pioneer Camaros. I'm still kind of taping some weight around. I'm not sure where to add it, but the cars are too light. Once the magnets were out, they didn't run that good. So I'm thinking I'm needing to put most of the weight in the middle on that Camaro, just general weight, not front or back. So as I've done this, I don't know if I give the car without magnets power and it does a lot of spinning instead of just taking off. I've been adding a little weight to the back. If they pop out of the slot on the corners like these, I've been adding some weight to the front. If they just have a light kind of loose overall feel, I've been trying to put it in the middle area. And I'm again going from there. Some have room to put like a piece on each side. I may try that with that Pioneer Camaro. So I'll let you know once I add weight and if it does any good. This one does help. So these Ford Torinos, I've put weight in the nose right there. So that's kind of it on tuning with weights. I'm still learning. So I bought some tungsten malleable putty, but this isn't very heavy. I think this is more for like wood track professional racer slotted thunder slots, real lightweight cars. I think for Carrera, Pioneer, I think you need a little more heavy, a little more heavy duty, I think, to make a difference. So it's a heavier overall car. So anyway, that's where I'm at on tuning with weights right now. All right, so you saw in that video, all three of these have the lead in the nose now, and you can feel it. It's enough. Even though it's a heavy car, you can tell a difference, and you definitely tell a difference the way it drives now. So with that, I will we will turn the app on, and I will mount the camera up here, and we'll run a couple laps with these cars around my track. All right, I lowered the camera here. Here, you can see me. I've lowered it down. This will be a little closer to my actual view that I'm seeing when I run this track. So anyway, I got all three of these programmed. So let's just do a lap or two. Anyway, like I said, will these beat like the BMW M1 Pro cars I showed you? No. Will they beat a Pioneer Legend? No. Are they fun? Oh, yeah. Do they look good going around the track? Oh, yeah. So anyway, like I said, it's about fun anyway. If you go out for pure speed, you're going to pick a different car than this. Like I said, these have true tires, the lead weight in the front, and little tail happy because they got skinny tires. Still pretty smooth. So there's our blue one. Pull it into the pits here. Get my
Jeremy has taken the lead.
All right.
Jeremy.
Like I said, the braids can get touchy on these because you have to keep them flat, but you know, you also need them to make contact with the track. So most Carrera cars are heavy enough you can curve the braids around and the braids will not lift the car. These it will. This gold one, I think this one's my newest one. I think this is probably one of the newer liveries this year for Carrera. Like I said, they all run pretty close together. Pretty smooth. Now that I've added that weight, so really good looking steely wheels on them. I really like it. I love the big side exhaust Carrera puts out on them. All around great cars. All right. So with that, I'll get the camera down here and we'll take a look at the app and see where these fall. So, all right, we'll get back to our leaderboard here. Tracks. This track records. Filter out duplicate cars. That'll put different drivers off here. So, track record is still Porsche 917K. Of course, we did not beat that with this NASCAR. So let's go looking. Here we go. It's our first one. Number 14. Its fastest lap is at 8.107. So, number 14. There's another one. Number 19. 8.2. Number 26. 8.3. So, pretty respectable. 26. 19. 26, 19, and 14. out of, how many cars we got on here now? 63 cars in here now. So pretty respectable. So anyway, all right. So in conclusion, what do we think about these? They run good. They look great. They're fun. I've got, back to my little handheld here. Like I said, got 3 of them. Steely wheels, fat exhaust, drivers in there. These are spectacular. Boy, I got to tell you what, I'm really glad Carrera makes these. I don't know many other manufacturers, if any, that make these old NASCARs. And so, Carrera pretty much did that, I'm sure, for us American market over here. So I appreciate it. Thankful to Carrera for doing it. So let me turn to later. I've got the Winged Warriors. Got 3 of these. I've got some Dodge Charger 500s. I got the Plymouth Roadrunners. And I've got some 57 Chevy NASCARs. We will be, sorry about the light. We will be doing those at a later date. So I wanted to start with these Ford Torino Talladegas. So great cars. Can't go wrong. And I want to say thank you to Carrera, man. This is I don't think these are big sellers overseas. I don't know if they're huge money makers for Carreras, but they've made this series for a long time. There's some older ones that I can't find, I can't get a hold of. So if you want to collect every one Carrera's made, you might have a little difficulty, but the more recent ones are out there to be had and be found. So happy hunting. And with that, that'll wrap up. Let's wrap up this week's video, and we will end with a burnout. This has been Garage of Slot Cars. Hey, if you want to support me, the best way you can do to support me is hit the subscribe button, get my subscriber numbers up there. So thank you. Appreciate every one of you. I'll see you on Conquest Race Club's Raul's live stream on Monday nights when I can, and Two Lines Slot Car with Marty on Tuesday nights. You can find those channel links on my homepage. And Dave at Slot R, I'll put on my community page. He did an awesome video on how to program a Carson chip to a ghost car. I didn't even think it was possible. So he's got a video out on how to do it. He's a little electrical wizard. Figured it out, but he says all he did was read the instructions that none of the rest of us have took time to read. So anyway, with that, thanks, and we will burn on out of here.